Right, Master.
Get ready! Go! Throw the third switch!
Not the third switch.
Throw it! Give my creation life!
Today we're going to be combining the science precon into the creative energy precon. Satya reads, whenever Satya, Aetherflux Genius, attacks, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of up to one other target non-token creature you control. You get 2 energy counter. At the beginning of the next end step, sacrifice that token unless you pay an amount of energy equal to its mana value. So what we're going to do right now is put this precon off to the side, and we're going to look through this deck finding creatures that we can copy with Satya. The problem with combining these decks is that Satya cares about creating tokens of creatures. But when the science precon has 13 legendary creatures out of the 23 creatures in the deck, we would have to sacrifice those copied creatures. So to solve this problem, I focus on finding cards that let me play aggressive early, reducing the mana value of the deck so I could create copies of creatures the moment I play Satya. Cards like Synth, Eradicator, Assaultron Dominator, and Brotherhood Scribe get played early and give us energy to use in future turns. So because we took out 17 cards from the Science Precon, we're going to need to take out 17 cards from the Creative Energy Precon. Reducing the mana value of the deck is important to me, so finding cards that cost too much in relation to what they do are important. I took out cards like Aethertide Whale, Coveted Jewel, and Confiscation Coup. I'm also not a big fan of vehicles in a non-vehicle themed commander deck, so I removed Bespoke Battle Wagon, Aethersphere Harvester, and the Filigree Racer. Here you'll notice that the average mana value of the original precon was 2.37, with the mana curve looking something like this. And after we combined both of the precons, now the average mana value is 2.2, with the mana curve having more of a natural slope down, which is what you're looking for when you're looking to build commander decks. So we're going to put my deck building skills to the test, and we're going to go ahead and play test these combined precons. Just so you guys know, this is going to be completely random. I'm just going to cut this in half right now, and we're just going to see what happens. What we're really looking for is to see how much energy that we get to generate with this commander deck now. And because the mana value of the deck is a lot lower, we're looking to see how aggressive this deck can play it early. So we're going to put the deck off to the side, bring our commander over here, and we're going to draw into our opening hand, which is going to be Jolted Awake. We're going to have a Frostboil Snarl, Era of Innovation, a Plains. We also have an Aether Geode Miner, Arcane Signet, as well as a Port Town. So we're going to go ahead and draw for turn. We will draw into a Temple of Epiphany. Because we really don't have any turn 1 plays, I'll just play this tapped, and what we're going to do is scry 1. We'll see that it's a mountain. We have enough lands in our hand, so we'll put this to the bottom. And we'll just go ahead and pass the turn. We will draw into an Overclocked Electromancer. Let's go ahead and add this to our hand. We can then play a land for turn. We'll play the Port Town, revealing the plains from our hand onto the battlefield, and then we'll go ahead and tap 2. Then we'll play the Aether Geode Miner, because the next turn we're going to be able to attack with this 3/1 creature and generate 2 energy counters. Go ahead, play the miner, and then pass the turn. We will then draw into an Aether Refinery, which is going to essentially double the amount of energy that we generate, which is pretty cool and what we're really looking for. I will say on that first turn, or that second turn, we could have played the Arcane Signet and then technically would have been able to play Satya, our commander, on this turn because he does only cost 4 mana. But without a creature on the battlefield to create as he attacks, I think it'd be better to play this creature. What we're just going to do is go ahead and play this Plains onto the battlefield. I think looking at our hand, let's get the Arcane Signet onto the battlefield. We'll tap 1, 2 mana for this. We'll play our Arcane Signet. and then we can tap this 2 mana here, and we can then play the Era of Innovation, which allows us to pay 1 mana as an artifact enters the battlefield, and we get 2 energy counters. Go ahead and have that card on the battlefield. We'll go attack somebody with the Aether Geode Miner, dealing damage to somebody, and then we're also going to generate 2 energy as we attacked with that creature. So we're going to go ahead and put this energy counter over here off to the side. So turn 3, we have a way to generate energy. It's looking pretty good right now, I'm gonna be honest. We'll go ahead and pass the turn. We'll draw into a Talisman of Progress, what this commander deck feels like right now. And then I think in this situation, what we can do is go ahead and play our commander. So we'll tap 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll get Satya onto the battlefield. Now Satya does have Menace and Haste, so as Satya attacks, we're going to be able to create a tapped token, which is going to be the Aether Geode Miner. And let's just go ahead and play that Frostboil Snarl from our hand onto the battlefield tapped, because we do not have a land to reveal. And then we will then go to combat, and we're going to attack with Satya. And then we're also going to attack with the Aether Geode Miner. Now, because we attacked with the Aether Geode Miner, we're going to generate 2 more energy, bringing us up to 4. And as Satya attacks, we get to create a tapped and attacking token of a creature we control, which is going to be the Aether Geode Miner. I'll put this card right here, which represents the copy of that creature. So we have another 3/1 attacking. We also get 2 more energy from Satya as Satya attacks as well, putting us to 6 energy, dealing the damage to our opponents. And then we would then just go ahead and pass a turn. And as we pass the turn, we're going to go ahead and pay 2 energy from our energy counters, bringing us down to 4, so that we get to keep our copy of Aether Geode Miner. Then we'll just go ahead and untap for turn, putting Satya over here off to the side. We would then draw for turn into a Coalition Relic, which is just another way for us to generate mana, which is never necessarily going to be a bad thing. We can then look at our hand. We do not have a land to play right now, which is unfortunate. I think we'll use the artifacts in our hand to help us generate more mana and more energy. So what we're gonna do is tap 1, 2, 3 mana. We'll play the Coalition Relic, paying the 1 mana so that we get to generate 2 energy from the Era of Innovation, bringing us to 6. Then we can then just tap 1, 2 mana here, play the Talisman of Progress. Now, as the artifact enters the battlefield, we can pay 1. So in response to this trigger going on the stack, I'm going to take 1 mana from the Talisman of Progress, putting that into the Era of Innovation, generating us another mana. Then another 2 energy, I should actually say. And then what we can do is go to combat, attacking with Satya again, creating another copy of the Aether Geode Miner. We will then attack with these 2, and now both of these attack triggers goes on the stack. So I'm going to generate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 energy this turn. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, going up to 14 energy this turn, also attacking with this creature as well. We would then pass the turn, which then allows us to spend 2 energy to keep the token that we have. And then we would just pass the turn. Now that we have all of this extra mana, we'll look at the card that we draw for turn. We draw into the Soul Ring, which is everybody's favorite card. We can then tap the mana that we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, paying the extra. We would then play an Aether Refinery, using the 1 mana as the artifact entered the battlefield to generate 2 energy. But because the Aether Refinery gives us double the amount of energy when we gain energy, We're gonna go up to 18 energy actually, because we were just at 14. And then what we do is go to combat, and as all these cards are generating energy, it's double. So we're gonna generate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 energy, bringing us all the way up to 34 energy, which then you guys are getting the idea of what's going on over here. I mean, all we really played was like a two mana 3/1, and you know, we have 34 energy on turn 5 or whatever turn this is. So as you can see, the deck functioned exactly how I wanted it to be, because what ends up happening is your opponent has to probably cast removal on the Aether Geode Miner, this regular 2 mana creature. That, keep in mind, we could always pay 2 mana to exile this and then have it re-enter the battlefield again. And I just enjoy playing commander decks where we just have random, you know, 1 mana, 2 mana creatures that over time generate or deal a ton of damage and generate a ton of value. And you know, you only have so much removal in commander decks, so when your opponent has to spend the removal on creatures like this, you know, that's what generally helps you to win a lot of games. So if you like this video, if you're thinking about building this commander deck, let me know in the comment section below. If you would build this commander deck differently, also let me know in the comment section below. I'd like to hear what you have to say, okay? Of course, remember, everybody, eat healthy, okay? Work out every single day. Most importantly, you guys got to remember to believe in yourself, all right? Peace out, people.